would do as the school principal of OMA?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum assalam.
So, as Ibrahim just said, my name is Mahad, and I'm going to be presenting and giving some ideas if I was a school principal.
Yeah.
So, these are the table of contents. You can just read over them.
Okay.
So, first we have the introduction. Now, when you think of school, you would mostly think of like tight schedules or like assignments, and like you just often complain like, why is gym so short or why is math so long? And then it's like you're just all complaining. Then when you're in the position in which you can actually solve those problems, your brain starts to go all fuzzy and like, how do I solve this? No one ever told me I could solve this. So, like, yeah, you don't know where to start, and you don't know where to start. So in this presentation, I'll go in depth of like all the obstacles I'll somehow overcome. Because being principal is not all cotton candy; it's more like stale cotton candy.
I like the constructive criticism part there.
Number 2, pros and cons. So for the pros, you'll feel more authority. You'll feel like, yeah, I'm a superhero.
Yeah.
Watch me save this guy.
Yeah.
And then you can also adjust any situation to your own needs. So that's there.
Cons.
Not cons. And so for the first one, you have to still remember that being a complainer, like I just said, being a complainer is way more easier than being a solver. Because like being a complainer, you can just sit in a chair and just complain. Whereas if you're a solver, you have to like, yeah, if you're a solver, you have to write like at least 20 pages and ponder deeply. Number 2, you aren't necessarily told about the things you can do, that you can and can't do. It's like you say you want to like extend gym times, but you're like you can't do it. Like, well, what are you gonna do? Like you don't know exactly what to do. For the third con, theoretically, you can change anything about school, but it comes at a hefty price. So no one has infinite money.
I love the theory and the actual implementation.
Okay, now number 3, how I deal with the cons. How to deal with the cons. Being a complainer is easier than being a solver. Now there isn't a surefire way to like actually solve this, no magical solution. So you just have to like really think and really ponder, really exhaust yourself on how you can actually solve this, because it's not that easy. Like I just said like 3 times now. You're not told on what you can and can't do. This just has to come with overall experience. There's no other way. You can't ask anyone, because I mean, if you're the new principal, who knows where the old principal was? You don't like know. You don't know. Like, this just comes with overall experience. You can theoretically make any change with a hefty price. Now, making fundraisers will not work because nobody wants to donate to like such a cause. People only donate to things that actually turn on their mind. So you have to somehow realign their moral compass to donate to you, which is just hard to do, and it's just overall just not fun. So only other way to get funds is by finding sponsors somewhere and somehow, which we have to figure out how to appeal to them. There's not really much ways you can appeal to certain sponsors, but you can at least try. So in summary of all of these, there aren't any magical solutions to any of these problems. These are just my hypotheses on like how I could actually solve them. What I'd hope to improve, keyword hope. Number 1, more emphasis on physical activities. For this, I'm thinking like, I can't just say turf field, that costs way too much money. I could try finding fundraisers, but that's too much work. Driving to the dome is possible, but like it's driving to the dome, which takes time. So I have to improve physical activities in some ways, like increasing gym times in such ways. Learning more meaningful concepts. So you see in language, we have this one book, it's called Language Power. Every time, I'm not gonna try saying it here. I'm just saying we could have had any other book. So I just kind of want to improve on that. Number 3, more projects involving other schools. This is like really risky and a gamble in some ways, because the past experience, I'm not going to explain that here, but I'm just saying we're going to have to somehow appeal to these schools. And 4, I want to make more clubs. I want to emphasize on clubs, and I'll go more to detail on that later.
Please.
How about achieve my goals?
We can answer the question in the end, right? We'll
Yeah.
please save the question on it.
One way to emphasize on gym is to increase like gym times, obviously. Also, like you also have to engage the students too. There's some like now it's not a problem. Everyone's like motivated to play sports, but like especially with the problem back then, not everyone was too motivated to play sports. So it's like motivation and just increasing gym times, I'd say. What do we really mean by meaningful things? I'm just saying like it's like if you're in this class, you probably know what I'm talking about at this point. Just yeah.
Well, what is meaningful? Can I ask?
Just if I say anything, I'll probably.
No, no. What is meaningful? Like you don't have to talk in a negative connotation about any existing thing. You can just say what does meaningful mean to you.
Probably like something that actually help you in life. I'm not trying to give like a cliche answer of like job or money. I'm just saying something that can actually like, expand your thinking.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Number 3, we need to appeal to the schools that we want to like make projects with. But how do we do that? Now we have to somehow get their goals to align with our goals. That's by itself that's pretty hard because like one thing we want one thing, but on the other hand they want one thing. So either we can adapt to them or they have to adapt to us, which we're not gonna do any one of those things, as a matter of fact. So we're gonna have to try meeting in the exact middle of it. And how do we promote more school clubs? Now, anyone can make any school clubs provided that it's for a good cause and not useless, like Sour Patch Eating Club that So yeah, I just want to like promote school clubs because it'll help with teamwork. It'll help with like finding your passion, and number 6 we have conclusion. So in conclusion, being a school principal, it seems like you're jumping into a pile of cotton candy, which will bounce you all the way back up. In reality, you're diving through what looks like gold coins, like Scrooge would, but really you're gonna dive head first and you're gonna bash your skull and it's gonna crack open.
Yeah.
That's not good to say.
No, perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, when you start, when you're being a good principal, it's kind of like time traveling to the past, but then you kick one stone and all of a sudden the school probably won't even exist anymore. So yeah, you have to think of what you're doing in the present, and you have to look at like a pipeline, as Brother Fahd would say, like how will this affect the future?
Yeah.
At the end.
Okay, wonderful. So we're gonna awesome, super awesome presentation. I love it how you're accepting the fact that at least our minds have already changed. That usually, when I was your age, I used to think if I can be the principal, I will go to the office, put headphones on, and I don't know, listen to music or watch movies all day. I'm so happy that you understand what the reality is. Now let's open the questions. Who has questions? I have a few, but I want to give you guys a chance first. Ibrahim, you can go. Haris, Ihan, Omar. Okay, I'll start. So you emphasize a lot on that we have to generate funds. Is money the bigger problem here in all the activities that you want to do? Is money the biggest concern?
Depends on what we're comparing it to, right? Like if I had the money, everything would be easier for sure. But
yes.
But like the problem is like, what if you have like all the money in the world, but you don't know where to buy those things? It's just the thought that's crossing my mind.
So 3 years ago, for example, we have now 4 seasons, 5th starting today. Let's say we had a beautiful professional turf field, but the culture was what it was, right? Would we get success?
If anything, that probably boost the culture.
It would?
Yeah, because like
the existing culture.
The people would most likely take it more seriously now that everything's more professional. So,
No, Mohan, what I'm saying is let's go back 3 years and forget whatever else has happened. So the turf field, no red lines, no yellow diamonds, no Phoenix, none of that exists. And we start, we have a turf field. How much would that turf field help in getting things going? For what we've achieved?
Probably not a whole lot, because
So where's the main challenge then? Engagement, right? Engagement is the big concern. Now, yes, some of the funds have gotten involved. We have jerseys now. We have better soccer balls. We have ref. But primarily, what it is it's the people and the engagement, and that is what made the product what it is. Okay. You also said that their moral compass has to be realigned. People are donating money. So their moral compass is perfectly aligned. They're donating for a good cause. But what you're saying is they might not donate for.
They only donate to certain things, just not.
So their
product,
moral
I guess.
understanding needs to change.
Like, yeah, they won't understand like what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, they have a limited understanding of good and bad,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
You want to expand that.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you want to start clubs. Give me 2 examples of what kind of clubs do you think of? Because at the end of the day, you are 12 years old, I am not. So you understand everybody in the room more than me. What kind of club would you want to start?
Well, for starters, I know like every human athlete really like Beyblades.
Super idea. Superb idea.
You
Yes,
also
Beyblade.
So I also like Beyblades too. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a Beyblade club. That'd be like really.
Awesome. I think out of the presentation, me, have actually got a real idea. Beyblade club. What else?
Another club. I'm just trying to think of what people like. Like you could start a soccer club. But we already have
We
like
already
basketball.
have. Soccer, I think we've done enough work on soccer.
Book club.
Basketball, we already
Sports,
started.
we have like
Football.
But
billions
that's the
and
thing, some
billions.
people don't like basketball.
Sure, no, but other than Beyblade, what else?
Book
Forget
club.
sports for a second. Sports
I'm
taken
trying to
care
think
of.
of what other people like.
Yeah.
Like, it all comes down to like what the students like.
Okay, so let's keep it to Beyblade. Now, we started the Beyblade Club. Obviously, every single thing we're doing for one common good, one common purpose, which is to give people a reason to come to school. They come to school to a safe environment, to expand their horizon, to make the world a better place. It all leads to that one single thing, right? Like one dot of Iman, everything else is an expansion of it, okay? So how would you then connect Beyblade to improvement of the school society?
Well, it gives the school students something to actually look forward to.
Uh-huh.
Like the students already have something to look forward to. Like we have like a soccer program and stuff like that. But like that's basically it. We need more things for them to actually be excited about in school. Because most of the people they look. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah.
So I love it. I love the concept of more and diversity. Last question to you, and actually you've done a super awesome job. Why is diversity of options so important? We have an overwhelming amount of passion in soccer right now. We can just continue with that. We're creating more work for ourselves with basketball, with Beyblade, with the book club, with Minecraft workshop. Why all that? Why diversity so important?
Well, just like you said in the video I edited for you, you were like, most of the things students already decided for them, like what subjects they're gonna learn and like what school they're gonna go to.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to give them more options, so it doesn't feel like they have to follow the exact same system every day without their voice being heard.
Wonderful. Oh, so much emphasis on just one sport is again kind of basically doing the same theory with soccer that you are now forced to like soccer whether you like it or not, right? Mahad, super awesome job. Ibrahim has a question. I think his hand is raised.
Yeah, so people ask me this question. So how are you going to make time for the clubs?
Like, I was thinking like maybe one day, I was thinking like every like one day, we could probably have like an entire period, like, you know how on Thursdays we have gym, so I was thinking maybe like Wednesdays or Fridays or whenever we could replace that
How does
gym
it go back to
period.
your spot?
We could replace that gym period with like a club period, where we could like get together. It's like not every day, but like it's like something to get you like looking forward to like in a week. If that answers your question.
Mahad, super awesome. Okay, next Aman, have a seat. Thank you, Jazakallah. Next we have is, no, don't stop. Next we have is Ihan Hamid. Inshallah was worked really hard on his presentation. Let's go, Ihan. Bismillah. Let's go. Ihan Hamid, everybody. Takbir. Yes, Ihan. Tell us if you were the principal, what would you do?
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ilham, and I'm gonna do a presentation. What I would change is I would do like an upgrade system where I would improve their desk so that they could get motivated, or improve other stuff like game time or like how many games they play, and in class I would also like I would make them do like at least as many pages as they can, and then I'd make them go to I would let them go to the gym so that they could get motivated to do more pages, and then yeah, that's it.
So Ihan, what is that upgrade of desks going to be based on? So like everybody will get an upgrade. You were telling me something you have a program in mind, right? How would I get that upgrade? So I'm a student and I want an upgraded desk, a desk with some toys in it. I don't know, Beyblades there, a video game attached which turns on every 2 hours. Every single day when I come in the morning, there is a Happy Meal sitting there, a bunch of different ideas for those upgraded desks you discussed with me, right? What is the upgrade going to be based on? How do I get the upgrade?
On like test or um like maybe games.
So test results will get you the upgrade.
Yeah.
So how many students do you want to get this upgrade in a group? So let's say for our language power group, we have about 20 kids. And how many kids do you think should get the upgrade in that?
Like the top 5 will only get it.
Top 5 will get it? Okay. So behind the next part, tell me, how would this improve the performance of their school life by getting upgraded desks?
They have to get more motivated and do more work.
They will be more motivated and do more work. So, young question, what about the ones who are not gonna get the upgrade? Wouldn't they get demotivated?
No, they'll try to do better.
They will try and do better. Wonderful. You also talked about more game time and more gym time. So how many more periods would you want to add in a week? Right now we have one gym and we have a 20-minute recess. What do you have in mind?
I'll try to like expand the gym, but that's gonna be too much money. So, like Mahad said, I'll try doing like a club that people like. I'll make them like play their club in their stage.
Awesome, wonderful. I have something else as well.
You said you're gonna like upgrade the desks and stuff depending on how the student's doing. How are you gonna pay for that? 'Cause
Donation.
Donations? Yeah, we can do fundraisers. And Ihan, what is the best time for fundraisers?
Ramadan.
Ramadan. Hardest people do a Ramadan desk upgrade fundraiser. You are invited. Buy the tickets today. Okay, Mahad also had a question.
So, when you're gonna upgrade like the desks and stuff, if there's like, this sounds like a kind of cliche question, but if there's like any new students, what level are they gonna start on? Would it kind of be unfair? Like, what if the one kid, like, bringing has like the most like spazio best players, but someone new comes and he has like even the worst, or he probably starts in the middle. Like, what level would he be?
I'll just rephrase the question, make it a little easier. We have a certain way of testing here, right? We do more deep thinking questions, presentations, debates. It's not just go read the book and do the test. Somebody who's very new to the culture might find it overwhelming and they're like, I'm not getting the desk. I don't even understand how are they testing it. What kind of question is that? Why are Muslims behind in science? How would you explain to them our existing culture?
I would let them have like a normal desk, and until they like adapt to the culture, they're like do better.
Okay, so basically you'll make a separate stuff for them, right? Ihan, you are one of our stars in soccer. There's no doubt in that, right? We all love your soccer. We love to watch you score goals. And when we were at the dome, everyone was chanting for Ihan to take the penalty when it was between you and Ahmed. Everybody wanted you to take it, not Ahmed to take it. So people love you as a soccer star. What changes can we make to our soccer if you were to principal? What would you add? Any idea?
I would add more charges, probably add more teams, because there would be more people, maybe coming or maybe not.
Okay, so how would, this last question, and then you've been very, very good. How would more teams make the tournament better?
It would be like, because everyone will have a chance to play, and they won't be like complaining that they didn't play.
So more game time will make it better. Wonderful presentation, Ihan. Thank you very much. Jazakallah. Next we have Omar. Omar, please go ahead and I'll set it up. Omar, start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. This is my presentation if I were principal for one day.
Slides. He will do, yeah.
Table of contents, how I would renovate the school, how to add more entertainment to it, and how would I make the funds for the renovation and entertainment.
I love the entertainment.
Renovation. What I would first think is that I'll be doing first as quickly as possible. I would try to be upgrading the desks and adding different books and like a language power, or like how Mahad said earlier in his presentation. In the language power book, yes, it has some things that are proper in it, but it's very repeated. And also for the soccer, I'll be adding. I'll try to bring in more new balls, jerseys, and turf, and a lot more things that'll also be coming. And I'll also try to increase the quality of the desks and chairs, just to make them more proper and fitting for what we're doing in class, as with our deep conversations about Islam.
Omar, just 1 second. What would you want to replace language power with? Do you have anything in mind?
I don't exactly have anything in mind, but I'll try to do some research on it so I could find something proper that's suitable.
What a beautiful answer. You don't have to always make something up. Adding the turf to our soccer, I am in agreement, first of all, 100%. And we're talking about the existing soccer tournament. We're not going back to zero. How would this now, with this culture, everybody loves soccer, how would having a professional turf help?
It'll help it because since that'll just show how proper we are in the soccer, which will lead more fans, which will also cause, so it will add to funds and fundraisers, as well it'll increase the quality by a little bit, but that little bit could help out a lot in the future and now as well.
Now we're at that point where the quality of equipment matters. First, you have to get people going. For them to establish that as a choice, and then you improve the quality of equipment. Very good, Omar. Continue.
Now, in terms of entertainment, I'll be trying to promote other sports such as basketball, volleyball, tennis, basketball, and a lot more. As well, I like how they said earlier. This is not in the presentation right now, but I think I'll also try to introduce clubs because that is a really good idea.
Yes.
Try like Beyblade Club, Console Club.
Console Club, I love that. So we can bring our Xbox, what is that called?
Nintendo,
Switch, PlayStation 5 and all that together.
GameCube.
So GameCube, and do some research on video games, right? We all play at home. But when we do our workshop with the console, we will try to understand from each other what is it that we like about this so much, right? So become more self-aware. Omar, basketball, we're starting today. Basketball is one of the most famous sports in North America, but baseball is not really. Yeah, the following, but a lot of people don't like to play baseball or volleyball. These are very important sports. How would you promote that?
I'll try to sell them more by making them seem like a lot better than they actually are right now.
Okay.
And then when people actually get a hook of it, they might realize, some might not. So from there, I'll just try to keep on selling it to the extent where it does reach that point of fame that I said it would.
Wow, so you will encourage them with the best parts of the sport. So like for baseball, how you would just let them bat a lot more, I guess, versus pitching or
Because like the
ball?
satisfaction of hitting the ball properly,
Yes, sir.
it will eventually lead to that.
Okay, beautiful. Next.
How would I make funds? Some ways I would make money is receiving donations and making tickets for all of our games.
Yes.
Games like the ones that we have in the gym as well. I'll try to sell a few tickets. I'll have a certain amount of seats open, only available for a little amount of time, so it'll make the deal seem good. Like 5 tickets left, 2 tickets, 4 or 5, something like that. Like how the actual proper football does it.
Yeah.
But instead of just recording it on live, which you can watch, or you could actually get the real experience by going in and feeling seeing everything in live.
So are you talking also about online seats? Because that's a concept I've been thinking about, that we can sell our soccer games, we can buy for $1 an online seat where you'll get the game, watch the game live. And for reruns, you can go free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you're thinking as well? Yeah. Super. Love it.
Another way is I'll try to make a market. If I can start a little larger, like having a small shop on the side of the school, like an actual shop, to sell our products and stuff. Like we could also add more products such as hats, We already did hoodies and shirts,
So merchandise.
merchandise, lots of more merchandise, as well as like something similar to like how Brother Saad is doing at the end of the day, every single day with his candy shop and
Yeah.
stuff. And for the last way, which is probably the most efficient, is to start off with a few sponsors, get a few small sponsors
Yeah.
here and there, which will get us started in that. And then when we get more attention, we'll get more sponsors and more money will come in, so that we can upgrade our stuff and sell stuff more. And then if we keep on order to do that, the process over and over, we can get big. And then from there, we'll also be able to upgrade the school, the equipment, the amount of seats that are open for classes, and a lot more people will come.
Omar Baburi, everybody.
Jazakallah, thank you for listening.
Well, thank you for presenting, Omar. I loved it. Very good. Next is, and last, right? Ayan, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayan, and today I'll be presenting about what I would do if I would be the principal of the school.
Yeah.
Before I start, I just want to say that I don't have like any major changes. The changes that I'll be making are basically simple, and they don't really include that much funds.
Okay, I love that. I love that approach.
The
Just
first
the purple color is not helping, yeah.
the first major change I would do is like I would do the school timings, because first we have like school from 8:30 to 3:15. Most people they're not really excited to go for a 7-hour school day, especially when you have gym for 1 hour. So I'll be making school starting from 10, and then it'll be ending at 2. It's only a 4-hour school day, and this will include subjects from 1 hour to 30 minutes, and gym time increasing. School is starting at 10. While you see the school usually it opens at 8:30, and then there's people outside. So like instead of waiting, the doors will be like automatically they'll be like open, and then the expected time, and then the from 10, and then the assembly will start at 10, and then it'll end at 10:10. But instead of having like the regular 5-minute assembly, they'll have like there'll be like they'll be like showing results of previous games, and like there'll be competitions like the soccer standings.
So you'll socialize for like an hour and a half, is what you're saying.
No, like for the first 10 minutes in assembly, there'll
Well,
be
it's
like
after 10 o'clock they're doing that.
no like announcements.
Okay.
10:10 to 10:40 science. In school, there's usually subjects that last for 1 hour, such as like science, math, English. But instead of 1 hour, I'll be making it to 30 minutes. So instead of having in-depth conversations, we'll be making like 30-minute school time, like 30 minutes of a subject for the whole week. So then, like for example, in science, we have this. So instead of just doing the basics of just how we can have solutions, we'll be going in depth, like going to the science lab, and how we can actually find real life solutions to solve these problems.
Then you reduce time. We're already struggling with 1 hour. How are we gonna do all that extra work in less time?
No, like Monday to Friday, we'll be having the same discussion. So like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay, so you're saying keep the same, that's a very important information you're missing, right? Same subject for the entire week, so technically we'll still get 2.5 hours. People will come for school for less time, and you have more gym time, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, same subject throughout the week.
So 10:40 to 11:10 English. So this will be like the same as science. We'll be going in depth, and basically instead of having like four crucial subjects, like we won't be having math, because I don't really agree in the term of math So we'll be having English for 30 minutes, and like we have the in-depth conversations like how Muslims are behind in science. So we're also gonna go to the computer science lab, and we'll be researching on the computer like how we can actually find real solutions on why Muslims are really behind in science.
And math is going on together?
Yeah.
The world cannot function without that, right? Okay, continue.
11:10 to 11:40 Islamic studies. After English is like done, we usually have the Hifz not participating in Islamic studies, but this won't be the case anymore. So the Hifz people, they will also come, and they'll be having the discussions and.
Yes. They'll get a chance as well.
So you may be wondering why subjects are only half an hour. Well, actually, it won't be like a regular class. We'll go like in depth, and you may be wondering how we might go in depth in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we have like you may not understand this, but like we'll have one discussion, and it won't just be like a 30-minute class. It will go on for 5 days. And if the subject is like really important, like. Some subjects, some topics, like I'm not trying to act cliche, but like I don't really, most students, they don't really have interest in that. So like those type of discussions may be like on for 1 hour. And 11.
The same topic will continue for 5 days, 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 11:40 to 12 is lunch. So we usually have lunch for 30 minutes. But if I'm being honest, we don't really need 30 minutes, because usually that 30 minutes is usually wasted into talking, and we don't really need 30 minutes just for eating. And 12 to 1 recess. So usually there's recess for 30 minutes, and we have 2 games, but that 30 minutes is usually summoned down to 20 minutes because people find that time to be the perfect time to be talking. So that usually it usually decreases, which makes it to like 15 minutes. So instead we'll have 1 hour of recess, which I'll have an idea, like instead of having 2 games of 15 minutes, we're having 4 games. Like not everybody, like everybody will participate in the games. Not like there'll be that one team that sits out on the bench and won't be playing. And 1 to 1:45 we have gone. So like we won't be having like we usually do sabak and we do memorization, but we'll go in depth. Like we'll do translations of like 1 ayah every single day, and we'll kind of go like in depth, like how I said about science, and then we'll make it like how this ayah can correspond to our day-to-day lives.
Okay. Math will be needed for that, by the way. To understand, math will be a crucial part of it. Yes.
So then from 1:45 we have to 2 is salah, and then from 2 to 3 usually we have after school, and that's it's optional. But this time I'll be making it mandatory for people, because if we go to if we listen to like my stuff, then Hifz people, they won't have their 3 hours. So then instead of having after school optional, it'll be mandatory for people, so then they can complete their 3 hours of God. Outside school activities or with field trips. So what I mean by in school activities is that the activities that are in school, like basically that there's activities but they're basically pushed to the side. So instead of having like field trips like once every 6 months, like for example, we recently just went to the dorm. I'll make field trips like in a voting system, so people can vote on what type of field trip that they want. Because like basically back when I was in grade 5, we went to this one post office, and that was the only like one educational field trip, and people, they don't really like it. So I'll be making field trips in a voting system.
So they can vote where they want to go.
Bake sales. So while you see, I think bake sales, they can motivate people, like they can teach people how to be more confident in in presenting and stuff. So I'll be making like 2 times a bake sale, so like every class will get an opportunity to present 2 times. And third activity, competitions. Most people, they don't really like multiplication competitions and spelling competitions unless you're like Ibrahim. But basically,
Brand likes spelling bee.
so instead of having like spelling bees, and multiplication, etc. But instead of having these, we'll actually like have creative challenges. So like on a monthly basis, there'll be like who is the best at soccer, who's the best at writing, and who has the best like leadership, who can lead the team more efficiently. And this can make people more enthusiastic to express themselves, because sometimes people may have like super astonishing ideas but cannot express them in a way where the class can understand.
Yeah.
That's them.
Okay, so yeah, I love the concept that you explained of same topic, shortened classes, gym, all that, but core competency, knowing your spellings, knowing your math is extremely important for all that enthusiasm. I could be the most enthusiastic person, but if I get the 2 + 2 4, my enthusiasm will very soon become comedy, right? So I would say reconsider those and please put math in as our new principal. Our future generation needs that. And also, other than that, it was pretty awesome. Thank you very much, and Jazakallah. Tomorrow we'll come back with Akram, then we're all done.